Hey everybody, welcome to the Pagan Perspective. My name is Angel and I'm your Friday host, and today we're going to be talking about Hinduism and paganism. Okay, so the question's basically Hinduism and yogi or yoga and paganism. Now, the question also states, and I'll put the question down below in its entirety, that there's not much opposition on the pagan side as when it in regards to incorporating Hinduism into the pagan past and considering Hindus pagans. However, traditional Hindus have an issue being considered pagan. Now, obviously, I'm a pagan, so I see it as we're a melting pot. We're organic, so we can pretty much incorporate anything into our path that is good for us and good for the universe, and it works. Now, I read an article today on the Hindu path, and I didn't really know much about Hinduism because of it's not something I feel connected to. So I have done a little bit of research on some gods and goddesses in the past, but never really knew their ideology about the bigger picture. Now, pagan, the title or the label pagan, general terms, nowadays terms, is basically multiple gods and goddesses and people who follow or worship idols. Now, not all pagans worship idols. Some people have god and goddess statues that they feel are the embodiment of the gods and goddesses, and some people have statues of the gods and goddesses they feel are a sort of like a telephone to the gods and goddesses or to the universe. And that's more where I tend to lean towards. Although, whenever something happens to my statues, I get a little freaked out. But anyways, so I read this article that said that Hindus, their bigger picture belief about the gods and goddesses is that they are features of one God. There is one God, the all, the one, and that the gods and goddesses are basically sort of like personality traits of that one God. So they really follow a path of sort of split. I mean, maybe that's why some people who follow Hinduism don't have a problem being considered pagan, and some do, because multiple gods and goddesses, but they all filter into one source. So I can see how people in the article did say that Hinduism can be very confusing, and I can see how that can be confusing, especially to people who follow very rigid Abrahamic religions, because that's sort of not in their realm of understanding. And I think for pagans who didn't grow up in Christianity, when they learn about Christianity, it's kind of outside their realm of understanding. So I think with Hinduism, it can be either or, and but I can see why traditionalists have an issue with it. But I also welcome Hinduism under the pagan umbrella. But I'm also pagan, so as far as yogi or yoga, I do yoga. I'm horrible at it, but I still try to do it every day, and I do feel better when I do it. But yoga or yogi is basically meditations. It's it's a lot of spiritual connection. It's connecting with the divine, and that can be pagan, that can be Hindu, that can be anything really. So yeah, so that's it. That's my tidbit. I don't really have a lot of experience or have anybody in my life that follows Hinduism, but I'm glad the question came up because it kind of enlightened me about how it works in that path a little bit. So thank you so much for that question, and think that's it. So until next time, I hope everybody has a great rest of the weekend, and see you later. Bye.